Yo, 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 what's up? It's your boy One Arm. Today on Benched, we're bringing you my Week 8 power rankings. Oh, man. It's going to be kind of crazy. We'll get into it because I have some stuff I need to talk about involving my Dallas Cowboys that I need to get off my chest so that, I can voice it. But as always, let's get started. 32nd, last place. Now, last place. If it wasn't the Jets, my Cowboys would be sitting right here. I would have Dallas Cowboys in last place right now if it wasn't for the Jets, right? We all know I'm not talking about the Jets anymore. Up next, I have my Dallas Cowboys. Should be last place in this video. But because the Jets are there, we cannot put them in last place. But in my heart, they are definitely last place. I think the Jets are more competitive and, than the Cowboys. Now, my point on the Cowboys. Here's my problem. I'm a huge Cowboys fan. Anyone that knows me knows that I've loved the Cowboys for over 25 years, right? That has been my team. I've seen it, the good, the bad, but I've never seen anything like this, right? And I'm so embarrassed to be a Cowboys fan. Not because they're losing, because listen, we're bad. We have injuries all across the field, offense, defense, special teams. We're terrible at all of them, right? The thing that sickens me is it literally this last week looked like 52 men just going out in the field to get that paycheck, right? You have all these dudes wanting to make $100 million, but aren't playing like they deserve it, right? And I watched one man, number 14, Andy Dalton, run for his life and finally get nailed on a dirty hit by Bostic, and not one single person on the Dallas Cowboys came to that man's defense. Growing up, I don't know if it was what our coach, put into us, but if something like that was to happen to one of your players, I don't care if it's the last person on your team. If he gets hurt or something bad happens to him like that, guess what? We were all walking off the field being suspended, right? That's the other thing. The NFL should be embarrassed that Bostic is not suspended and that he is not losing any type of paycheck for it, because that is easily one of the dirtiest hits I've ever seen. And I would be saying if it happened to any other team, because I never approve of dirty hits. But if I'm Andy Dalton, I'm seriously rethinking whether or not I want to go out there. I might be like, oh man, lingering concussion syndromes or something, still hurt after that hit, because ain't nobody on that team got my back. Clearly they showed it. One player walked up and put his hand on him to see if he was okay. I think there was more concern on the Washington side of the field than there was on Dallas. And that's the embarrassing part, that I am truly embarrassed when it comes to my Dallas Cowboys, was no fire. Nobody on that team had Andy Dalton's back. Look at what happened last year with Rudolph, right? He gets into a fight with Myles Garrett, right? Garrett hits him with a helmet. And this was the one thing I said that I loved the most about it, was look at what happened. Pouncey came to his aid and he got suspended, but he did not allow Garrett to get away with attacking his quarterback like that, right? And people say, oh, well, it could, it's because the offensive line are a bunch of rookies and no one's there. Like, you know what? Then you're probably right. If it was Dak Prescott and there was La'el Collins and Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and all those guys there, hell yeah, people would have been jumping through the TVs trying to get to Bostic if it was Dak Prescott, but because it was Andy Dalton, no one really cared, right? That's jacked up, and that's the fact. That's the part that my Cowboys have lost all. I don't know the word I'm trying to find, but I'm very mad at you, Cowboys, for that whole incident. If you're gonna play, go 100%. All right, don't just go and play for the paycheck, okay? Because you're right, there is no I in team, but there is a me, and that's how you guys are all playing right now, and I'm sick of it. Up next, we have the Washington football team. They're no longer the worst team in the NFC East. But they're close. And then up next, we got the Giants. The Giants are equally as bad, and it's pretty sad that the last 4 teams, 3 of them are from the NFC East. And at 28, we're going to put, 28, I got to put the Jags. And it's only the Jags because, dang it, it's only the Jags because the Broncos could be getting some players back. And I think the Broncos are all around a better team than the Jags right now. 26. At 26, I'm putting the Falcons. How do you lose a game by scoring a touchdown? And I know that he tried his best to not do it, but like, come on. When you lose a game by scoring a touchdown, you cannot be. All right. Then we're going to put the Vikings here. The Vikings, they could be so much better than they are. They just keep forgetting. Right? So that's what? 26, 32, 31, 30, 29. Wait, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. Wait, what? My math is a little off. I think something's wrong with my addition and subtraction here. Okay, I guess the Vikings go here. They're the 25th. I'm not sure. For some reason, my brain's not working right today. Yeah, so we have the Vikings up next. We'll just keep the Vikings there for right now. Okay, yeah, so my brain isn't working correctly. Are these correct? Possibly. Sorry, it's gonna be a weird video. We're already 7 minutes in and I'm lagging it. Okay, 25th, we have the Vikings. All right. 25th, we have the Vikings. 24. I still believe in Burrow, but man, that defense has to help him out. He played a really good game last week, so I'm very impressed with him still. And I think he's going to be a star. They just really need to get some help on that defensive side of the ball. We have next the Texans. Almost said Titans. The Texans at 23. I mean, this team has fallen from grace just as bad. I think Cam Newton had, 98 yards, 3 interceptions. So we have the Patriots. And then 21, we're going to put the Dolphins at 21. I'm super excited to see Tua play this weekend. I feel bad for Fitzpatrick, but it's the nature of the beast. And hey, Fitzpatrick, come on down to Dallas. They seem to need some magic down there, right? That we need some help, okay? We need some of your fire. Up next at 20, we're gonna put the Lions. They had that crazy win against the Falcons, where the Falcons lost by scoring a touchdown. 19, the Panthers. Man, the Panthers just seem to stay around in games. They're relatively good. I mean, they could they could go places by the end of the season. Up next, we got my boy Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers. He finally got his first win. I was super excited. The man is a beast. I mean, some of the throws he makes is just bonkers. But yeah, so we have the Chargers at, what is that, 18? 18, yeah. At 17, we have the last team from the NFC East and the Eagles, who I now personally think will win the division at, I don't know, 6-10. So we have the Eagles. And then at 16, we have the lowly Bears. Up next, at 16, we have the Bears. The Bears are the Bears. I think they're playing a lot better with Nick Foles. This might be down a little bit too high, or up a little too high. There we go. Yeah, they're playing a lot better with Nick Foles. Do I think they'll win the division? No, because I think the Packers are going to take it. So, you know, they'll probably be a top 15 team. Up next, we have the Browns. Oh, man. We have the Browns. They are playing very well. They did lose OBJ, so that kind of sucks. I think him and Baker were clicking or starting to click. And I think in the next couple weeks, they're going to possibly get Nick Chubb back. And I think that team has really missed him. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kareem Hunt is still a great running back, or a good running back, but Nick Chubb is definitely the workhorse of that team. Up next, we're gonna put the Colts. Now, the Colts, they have, I think, a few receivers on injury. But, I mean, they're still playing well. That defense is still really good. They'll still win a few more games. But do I see them going to the playoffs? As of right now, not yet. We're going to put the Raiders next at 13. I think the Raiders can shock a lot of people. I really do think the Raiders might be able to take one of those wild card spots. I think there's 7 total playoff spots this year, right? 3 wild cards and 4 divisional round, or 4 like division winners, right? So I think the Raiders could take one of those spots for the wild card. They're playing really well, and that offense is just, it's pretty dangerous. They got a lot of speed. And then with Jacobs back there pounding the rock, I think this team can go well. That defense, though, does need to shore up a bit. Up next, we have 12, which I will put the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals are playing actually really well. They beat, of course, you know, anyone beats the Cowboys, but they just beat the Seahawks in overtime, and you know they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. Could they make a play for the West, the NFC West? I think that's where they're at, right? With the Seahawks, they definitely beat them, so they have a chance. Like I said, this could be another team that takes one of those wild card spots. Up next, we have, where are they? No, here they are. We're gonna put the Rams up next at 11. That defense is just too good. Jalen made an amazing interception this last week, so they'll always be, well, as of right now, they'll still be top 15. Do I think that they could win the NFC West? I don't know. Maybe. Especially with how beat up Seattle is. But, I mean, it still goes through Seattle right now. And we're going to start with the top 10 now. This one I'm a little torn on, because the Bills had a bad game against the Chiefs, but I'm gonna put the Saints at 10, only because I just haven't seen enough from Drew Brees this year. And Michael Thomas, I haven't even seen that man at all. I mean, he's either hurt or fighting with his teammates, throwing punches, and 2020 has not been Michael Thomas's year. And truthfully, I don't care. But so yeah, we have the Saints at 10. We're gonna put the Bills at 9. I still think the Bills are a good team. Like I said, they had a bad game. Josh Allen had a bad game against the Chiefs. I think it was Thursday night, playing in the rain. Up there he should be used to it, but I don't know. I'm chalking that one up to a bad game. Okay, what was that? 9. Okay, so up next we are going to have. No, I'll grab the one. At 8, we're going to put the Niners. Now, I told everybody that the Niners were a team to look at, to pay attention to, even though they were injured. They still have a lot of injuries on that team, but they're still winning games, right? They stayed competitive when they had all those guys injured. Now they're coming back, and they're just winning still, right? So San Francisco, that's a really tough division, man. Thinking about it, with those 4 teams in there, that's going to be a tough division. I mean, it's a lot tougher than the NFC East, I can tell you that. So, yeah, we have the San Francisco at 8. 7, we're going to put the Titans. I like the Titans. I think Derrick Henry is a beast. Surprisingly, Tannehill has really lived up to that contract. I was giving him a lot of crap. Hold on, let me take a drink. I was giving him a lot of crap in the offseason, and I apologize for that. He has really lived up. And he's really costing me because I have Derrick Henry in my fantasy. And a lot of those games should have been Derrick Henry touchdowns, but oh well, I guess. 7. So 6. Ooh, here's where it gets kind of crazy, because I think, here's where it gets kind of crazy, right? We're going to put the Bucks at 6. They're clicking. They went and got Antonio Brown. Tom Brady vouched for this man, and they seem to have a rapport. So we'll see how it goes in Tampa Bay. I'm kind of worried because I have Mike Evans on my fantasy as well, and I don't want Antonio Brown taking all his receptions, even though he doesn't get that many receptions unless it's 1 yard out from the touchdown or from the end zone. But still, they're adding another weapon for Tom Brady, and that makes Tom Brady equally as dangerous as any other team in football. But yeah, we have the Bucks at 6. Now comes the big boys, right? This is how we're gonna go. Seahawks at 5. They lost to the Cardinals. They're very beat up on defense. They're very beat up on offense. I think Russell Wilson had a really bad game. I think he threw 3 interceptions. Y'all saw my boy DK though, man. That man fast. He ran him down. Oh man, they would have won if it wasn't a holding penalty on that DK Metcalf touchdown. But or score. Did he score? I can't remember. I looked away after he went in. But anyways, all I know is it was a holding penalty that negated the play. Yeah, so I like I said, the team's gonna win off of it. Russell Wilson either wins or loses for that team, right? And like I said, he lost them the game, and there you have it. Up next, we're gonna put the Packers. I don't know. I've seen good Packers. I've seen bad Packers. I've seen good Aaron Rodgers. I've seen bad Aaron Rodgers. Right? Last week I think was good Aaron Rodgers. He had Adams. Him and Adams were clicking again. So who knows? They might just lose that one game and just go the rest of the season undefeated, or they could lose more. But as of now, I have them at 4. Now it comes my top 3. Right? Here comes my top 3. We're going to go Ravens, Chiefs, and Steelers. And I'm putting the Steelers up right now. They got a game against the Ravens this week, and that will tell me if the Steelers are the real deal or not. That defense is nasty, right? It is so good. That defense is so good. And the offense could be equally as scary. They got a bunch of young receivers out there. They got a couple running backs that can move the rock. And, I mean, you know, Roethlisberger looks good. He looks happy. But, like I said, this week will show me whether or not the Steelers are the real deal. They're playing against the Ravens. And, you know, we'll see if the Ravens are the real deal. If they can win this one out against the Steelers, then, you know, I'll be convinced that the Ravens are legit. But it's going to be a great game. That'll probably be one of my games. That's going to probably be the game of the week for me. That's going to be the one that I really watch, is the Ravens Steelers. And I want to tell you guys the time. NFL. We play Philly. Gonna be a fun game. So yeah, Pittsburgh and Baltimore play at 10 a.m. my time, so 1, right, for the East Coast. So it's gonna be a good game. Do we know where they're playing? Are they playing at Baltimore? Or are they playing M&T Stadium, right? So that's Baltimore Stadium. Or yeah, so they're playing in Baltimore. So I think Baltimore might have an advantage there. I don't know if Baltimore's allowing crowds to be in there. I'm still a little torn on that. I still think crowds should not be at the stadiums yet. People are just too immature. And yeah, so that's going to be my game of the week as well. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that one. That one has some good possibilities of being a really good game. But that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's power rankings for week 8. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Pound the hell out of that notification bell. Y'all be safe. Y'all take it easy. I love y'all. Peace.